A lot of people want to condemn the Chinese government. A lot of Western government and a lot of human rights groups want to condemn this movement. And of course we should condemn it, because to this day the Chinese government refused to really bring justice or admit its wrongdoing, admit its atrocity in this massacre, and still blocking Chinese people from accessing any information from in mainland China about the protests, the massacre that happened. I think a strong nation would admit its sin. The United States, might never admit its war crime or might not arrest George W. Bush, but at least the people of America know the fact, or they can assess the fact as much as they can, even though there's some cover-up of torture, practiced by the Obama administration and a lot of things like that. There's still cover-up, but it's not perfect. Just because people know the truth doesn't mean that there will be justice. But at least all people should have access to the action of the government. All governments should be accountable. And of course, even the Chinese government would say all these things. They would want to say they're trying to improve democracy. They were trying to be more transparent. And eventually, when the economic climate mature, then people can be warranted. They can be mature enough to rule themselves. And I think that's a ridiculous notion. I mean, who are these people who nominate themselves to be leaders and decide when the population is mature enough to judge, to decide their own fate? I think that when you start treating people with respect, when you start treating the population, the Chinese population, when you start treating every Chinese person with respect, that they have the intellectual capability and they have the maturity as human beings to do what is right, then there should be democracy. All countries should respect the rights of human beings. It's not a China's issue. It's not an issue about Western government or Western people telling China what to do. The Chinese people know what to do. They knew what to do, especially the student in Tiananmen Square. They knew what was right or wrong. That's why they protested. That's why they fought for justice, and they died. And their death cannot go in favor of traditional value and authoritarian and conformity. There's a lack of women's right and non-existent GLBT right. So all these things add up to, people not really valuing their lives as much as they could. The American government could never get away with killing its own citizens. But the Chinese government somehow did. It's time for Chinese people to do that, to demand that the government value the people, opinion, and their lives, and not use a patriotism excuse to, do away with what every person deserves.